Bro dropped this and was like, oh yeah, they gonna with this one. Who they? Little kids? Soccer moms? You? I don't even think kids mess with this Hulk. After Avengers Age of Ultron and the Avengers, whoever worked on a Hulk after that didn't do Hulk no justice. Now mind you, we had a decent Hulk from this guy. I'm talking straight demon in the Avengers and the Age of Ultron Avengers. But after that, they started violating. But even then, it still kind of feels like a lazy or at least mid-writing for the Hulk. I'm not gonna lie. You know, we got the typical Hulk is really strong. When he gets angry, he gets big, he smashes and punches, and let's utilize that and make him do that when we need him to do that. Very mid-writing. What took our attention from that was the fact that those movies weren't just Hulk-based, you know what I'm saying? You had the whole Avengers. So that kind of carried, and they was allowed to do that with the Hulk, which is okay. Son think he part of the team. Now, don't get me wrong. You had moments when Bruce admits he tried to send himself to the Lord, but Hulk wasn't letting him.
Needed to kill me, but you can't. I know, I tried. I got low. I didn't see an end, so I put a bullet in my mouth, and the other guy spit it out. What? So I moved on. What the fuck?
Or when Bruce goes all the way to another country to keep himself calm, but at the same time helping people medically. Moments like that is what turns a different eye on the Hulk, or the correct term, different perspective, if you will. Even in that one scene when Bruce was like, I'm always angry, all the niggas on the block was like, but it wasn't consistent at all. But forget cinematics and iconic moments. The Hulk is so much more, and I'm pretty sure everyone watching this can agree. My son has a crazy healing factor. I'm talking arm gets cut off, it grows back. Body gets disintegrated to dust, it's just gonna grow back. And then on top of that, the best known fact about this guy is he has a multiple personality disorder to the point where it affects his transformations. And then we get cool ass stories from that. For instance, you have Starship Hulk, where Hulk ends up sending a bunch of people to God. But the thing is, you guys remember how in every Bruce becoming Hulk story, he doesn't have control over the Hulk. So it's like whenever he turns into the Hulk, he just sleep, like mentally sleep. But around this time, he done sorted that out. Him and the Hulk was like these, they was locked in. Oh nah, peep the flick. Some flicked up for the gram like I'm locked in with the bows, we can never fall out. One instance where Bruce wasn't in control and the Hulk was just overly angry. Sent mad people to God. I'm talking bodies everywhere. And mind you, the Hulk has had situations like this before, but Bruce got it under control. And Hulk around this time had a sense of morality of his own. He knew what was wrong, he knew what was right. So when Bruce finds out that the Hulk is wilding, he surgically attaches a machine that will lock away the Hulk, but allow him to still use the Hulk. By the way, he does end up running a fade with Iron Man in his story, but that's not what we here for. But only this time he's piloting the Hulk like it's a starship, and it was basically anger powered. So Bruce's mental is in control, while he's also controlling the Hulk's body. And the way he powered the ship with anger was he would put Hulk and he would lock away Hulk. He locked away Hulk in this mental room, and he would show Hulk these hallucinations. Basically everybody he fought before, like Dormammu, Mephisto, Thor, me, and depending on the threat of the hallucination, that's how angry he would get. So for example, you had me at the highest level, so if Bruce cranked it up to the highest. Now mind you, none of this is really going on. This is just a mental image Bruce created in his head in order to control Hulk. It's not like it's a real life chair and some control panel sitting inside the Hulk's head and Bruce is just a tiny figure inside his, that's not. So mid-version, like what am I saying? Like what? So mid-story, he comes across a multiverse where a version of himself never got the source. You know, puny bandit type. Instead of him being hit by the gamma radiation, my son non-intentionally turned a great amount of random civilians into these uncanny Hulk creatures. I'm talking, there was a creature with spider legs and a big ass torso. How does that work? So in this world full of jacked up Hulk creatures, you had General Ross of his universe. He controls them, you know what I'm saying? He took the strongest ones and used them for like wars, all that crazy stuff. So you had main universe Hulk pull up in his I say Bruce because Bruce is in control. So you have main universe Bruce pull up in his multiverse, and you had General Ross sensing the gamma radiation levels coming off main universe Bruce. So he's like, nah, I gotta see what's going on. But as we know, General Ross is always on hot, no matter what universe it is. Bro just be hating, but my son Bruce said I don't run from no smoke. So ready to run a fade with main universe Bruce, General Ross sends these weaponized Hulk creatures at main universe Bruce. But of course, he not hearing none of that because all Bruce got to do is rev up his anger levels and he could easily send them to the Lord. So in order to do that, he puts Hulk in this hallucination where he's fighting the Marvel zombies. Everybody who has read that story knows dumb dudes was ruthless. I was gonna say the N-word, but I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to censor that. There was even a point when General Ross puts Bruce against this universe's version of Spider-Man, which is a hulked out version of Spider-Man. And all I gotta say is, I was drooling. I almost nuts. So you know Betty, right? Betty Ross, his girl, his, you know what I'm saying? So Betty plays a role as his moral compass because, mind you, Betty's not really there in his head. It's just a mental image for him, basically. And you have moments where Betty's like, yo, let the Hulk go, blah, blah, blah. He's like a child. You don't lock a child away, blah, 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 blah. And but Bruce, that's really just his thoughts. Like, he knows what he's doing is kind of jacked up because the Hulk is kind of like a child. The Hulk don't even know what he did. Like, he just like, I don't know why I got so angry, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know why Bruce is locking me away. Like, I'm confused. So here's the twist to all that. So after this encounter with that Spider Hulk, General Ross crashes out. He's like, nah, I got something else up my sleeve. Drops a whole bunch of uncanny Hulks from B-2 stealth planes in the form of bombs. Oh my god. So now it's a 1v squad. Now Bruce's mind is out of whack. He's unfocused. He's not in control no more. And they portray this by showing Bruce falling out of a destroyed ship, when really it's just his mind, like, you know what I'm saying? Betty, the supposed moral compass in Bruce's brain, takes advantage of the opportunity and takes over. And you start to see her form into this ugly ass looking creature. And what does she do when she take over? Pushes his anger levels to the highest there has ever been. And this is the twist I was talking about. Betty wasn't even Betty, and Betty wasn't even Bruce. It was a foreign entity inside of Bruce's brain that was trying to take over. And while all this is going on, Bruce is getting overpowered by all the uncanny Hulks. So he's holding his own, but everybody got their limits. Psych! This is where we get Titan Hulk. Oh my god, bro. I'm talking this 30 feet tall, beefy as hell, spikes coming off his body, emitting large amounts of gamma radiation. This man was wild. Sun said, who you? Be yourself. Let me show you what you can't do. And then completely obliterates every uncanny Hulk sitting there. Fun fact, while all this is going on, Hulk is in a mental simulation where he's fighting Thanos, gods, demons, devils, all that. The mental simulation is at the highest level of threats right now. Now, we not going through the whole Titan Hulk story, because if I was, I would have been way more detailed and thorough. But hold on, we not done yet. But the real question is, where did that Titan Hulk come from? I got you. Chill. Which brings us to the story, Immortal Hulk, where we get Devil Hulk, a much stronger and smarter version of the Hulk, but evil as hell. Not stronger than Titan Hulk, of course, or smarter than Bruce, but you know what I'm saying? And here's the cool part about that. Devil Hulk is basically a mental personality of Bruce's dad. He's like a protector. Like, his dad was like a very stern, strict dude, you know, mentally, physically, and verbally abusive, and Bruce seen him as like a devil. His dad was calling him freaks, all that. This form, this mental manifestation, it cares a lot about Bruce. It's basically what Bruce wanted his dad to be, which is care for him, but at the same time, it's still a manifestation of his dad, or how he's seen his dad. This is what his mind retreats to when Bruce himself curls up in a ball, loses hope, is tired of it, whatever. And Son got the high top bald fade. You know he mean business. And here's what made Devil Hulk so evil, right? The regular Hulk, he does a bad thing. He doesn't fully get the extent of what he did until he sees the results or the consequences of what he did. He's like basically a big ass kid. Like, he would try to slap box with a toddler, which is why Bruce is around to become his moral compass, which, you know, kind of mellows all that out. Now, Devil Hulk, whenever Bruce becomes Devil Hulk, Bruce is basically in the dark. He doesn't know what's going on until he wakes up as Bruce again. And that's when he's back in control again. So in this story, we had an old guy who was doing gamma radiation experiments and ended up sending his own son to God. And in order to hide it, he puts his son under the ground, buries him, all that. But his son is riddled with gamma radiation. So anybody walking by that grave, catching gamma radiation poison. So Bruce finds this out, and where Bruce finds out, the Devil Hulk finds him, confronts the old man, gives him a little talk or whatever, you know what I'm saying, getting in his head and stuff, which also makes Devil Hulk a great character because he's manipulative as hell. I'm talking, he know how to talk, and you'll see in this comic, you'll be like, yo, this guy is sinister. Now, since the old guy was riddled with gamma radiation poison, but even worse, for some reason, he just couldn't die. I don't know what was going on with that. So what Devil Hulk. What Devil Hulk does, breaks his arms and legs, and then buries him under a mountain, leaving him to live forever trapped under a mountain, never to die. You even see where he's begging to die. And now you see why I say this guy's evil. And he's totally aware of what he's doing too. Like you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like you kinda gotta be a smart ass, and not even a smart ass, a diabolical ass nigga to sit there and say, I'm gonna send somebody under a mountain, leave them there forever where they can't die at all. Like, how do you think of that? But to get back to that guy's son, before he croaked during the experiment, he found the realm where one below all resides, and it's basically, I would say, it's hell for anybody who has powers due to gamma radiation. So like Bruce, Hulk, Red Hulk, She-Hulk, blah 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 blah. Long story short, because if I was to get through that whole story, this will be a 3-hour video. Y'all bugging. Hulk ends up running a fade with the one below all, ends up winning. But here's where Titan Hulk comes to play. So a character called Despair ends up taking a fraction of power from one below all and instilling it into Bruce's mind, creating the Titan Hulk personality, which is why we had the story called Starship Hulk, which is why Hulk himself, during Starship Hulk, Hulk ends up sending all these people to God, and Hulk himself didn't even know why it happened. That was the Titan Hulk personality. So Titan Hulk wasn't even in a natural form. So you had a personality that just wants to destroy, take over, conquer, whatever. You even have instances where Titan Hulk is toying with regular Hulk. And the reason why I bring up these stories is because Marvel has so much to work with when it comes to Hulk, but they make Hulk seem like a big ass angry dude who can just lift heavy stuff and just really strong. And Marvel could even keep up with that because off rip, my son gets folded by Thanos and becomes a wimp. Like, how that even work? But I understand maybe Thanos being able to beat the Hulk because Thanos is a more skilled fighter. Let's be honest. You know, Hulk just be swinging like he's slapboxing in the school bathroom. And then you got Thanos who fight like Batman, and they both just some big strong dudes. But based off Hulk's character, Hulk isn't gonna get beat by Thanos and cower in fear and let Bruce weak ass take over and give him a low top fade. Like, son, what is this? Bring us back to Hulk that didn't have no fade. His shit was looking like a bird's nest up there. Son was really a demon. But here's what should have happened. As we know, the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. So let's say Thanos beat him, which he did. Hulk would have got back up and clobbered that nigga, or at least damaged him, and then Thanos probably would have escaped through some type of portal or something. You know what I'm saying? What we need is a Hulk movie or a Hulk series that focuses on the Hulk, but we don't need another origin story. That's dead. We don't need nothing explaining how Hulk became the Hulk. We know what happened. We know how wide, you know what I'm saying? We get it. What we need is a storyline that expands the Hulk, puts a different perspective on Hulk for people who don't read comics at all. And there's obviously great Hulk stories that don't just reside around multiple personalities or whatever. I just pointed those out because those are great stories and great examples of what Marvel can use to expand the Hulk even more. Side note, the only reason people say that the 2008 Hulk movie was top tier is because it gave us a raw Hulk. Hulk was portrayed as more intimidating and intense. With the Hulk we have now, man, I feel like I could throw a paper ball at the back of his head, stare him dead in his face and be like, you ain't gonna do nothing, and then slam him in a locker or something. Nah, chill. That nigga probably... Nah, I ain't gonna lie. This video game way too long. Yeah.